But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over to the team who went down to Belize. So we're going to turn it over to Mary Diana. And she's going to talk about not only Project Belize and what it means to the firm, but she's also going to highlight what some of our folks from L&D who got to participate this past year, what their experience was all about. I think if my count is right, we had 5 folks from L&D who participated in some way, shape, or form. So with that, Mary Diana, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Jonathan, and it's my privilege and honor to speak on behalf of the colleagues on Project Belize. So I'd like to invite you to look at the picture and see those school buses. All of us were transported around Belize City in those school buses to the various schools that we served in terms of this initiative. So we were there to serve, and we were also there to teach, but we learned a lot in the process of serving. So come board the bus with me for a few minutes to experience the road to Belize. Next up is a view through the front of the bus as well as the side of the bus. And there's a special moment there with the child that was in my class of 8-year-olds. Her name is Tanisha, and that happens to be her mom and her big sister. There was a part in the program where the children got to draw what they wanted to be when they grew up. And Tanisha wants to own a bookstore. She drew it out so beautifully down to the titles of the books on the shelves. Her sense of space and design was truly amazing for one of 8 years of age. What was really touching was, and the conversation that I could have with her mom, because she happened to be working at the school, you know, just to tell her how beautifully her daughter was doing in the class, and she was just so proud of her and so happy to share that. And I think that's universal, no matter where we are, parents and children being so proud of each other and working together for the betterment of the future. A few facts about Belize City. In terms of the residents, there's 300,000 in the city. They live in extreme poverty. The average family earns about $5,000 per year. More than 50% of the population is younger than 20 years of age. The schools are overcrowded, and of the 5,000 teachers, less than 7% have formal training. The impact that Project Belize has is absolutely phenomenal on this country. With the partner staff, interns, and retired partners that are sent to Belize City for 2 weeks each year, we are in the 5th year of that process. And just so you know, these are a few of the facts, but there's many lives that are touched, including ours as well as theirs, and many dollars invested in terms of making this a successful endeavor and partnership with the country of Belize. Volunteering truly is about our transformation as much as it is for the students, the adults, the parents, and the teachers that we touch. There's so many stories to share, and I could tell you so much more, but suffice it to say that in that group of 8-year-olds that was in my class, those who wanted to be movie producers and rock stars and veterinarians and drummers and musicians all seemed to also share a sense of giving back. They wanted to give back and buy food with their earnings. Even the little children at lunch, whatever food they had left, they had wanted me to help them pack in their little plastic bags so that they could turn it back to their families. So there I was, taking the ends of the plastic bags to make sure that hopefully everything would get home safe. Now, there's 5 of us, as Jonathan mentioned, that represented L&D as well as IFS at Project Belize. And each of us uniquely was from a different market as well as worked on a different track. So I invite you to share just a little bit when you have a chance at your connectivity meetings to talk to more about us or to invite us across the country to talk more about that. Anne is from Boston, and she was on the scholarship track. She was also with Katie on the curriculum planning team, and Katie, as you may know, is on maternity leave after the birth of her 2 twin daughters. Andrea in Florham Park was on the financial literacy track. Joseph was on the teachers and principals track, and myself also on the children track. And the most unique thing about this picture is that little girl standing to my right, who was so shy the first day, and having been a shy child, I wanted to draw her out as much as possible. And by the 3rd day, you can see that none of those children are shy, and I just happen to love their smiles and wanted to share those with you. In terms of a few more of the fun facts about Project Belize, it seems like all children love stickers, that's for sure. And that was a big win in our class, as well as the drawing and the coloring. So there is quite an investment in supplies for the classroom. And moving on, the road to Belize truly does begin in your own home, in your own offices, in your own community. This happens to be from a document called the Corporate Responsibility Update. And without a doubt, corporate responsibility is one of the firm's key initiatives under youth education, and specifically something that's called Earn Your Future. What I found interesting was on the recent FY14 and Beyond summary, just released, the executive summary, you will clearly see that the firm has made a commitment as of June of 2012 for 5 years to invest $160 million, as well as the hours to address both financial literacy for young people and financial training for our educators. So that really means us. That 1 million hours is us. And if you look at the full complete strategy document, it clearly states that we are asked to give a time for Earn Your Future events, as well as other things that are of your interest for your community service activities, as well as financial contributions. So I wanted to bring to your attention, because I found this in a PwC news article, those of you who do want to get on the road to Belize need to understand that in your application process, you will have had to have submitted hours in the Youth Education Code. So truly the road to Belize begins with you right now. And so how do you get started? It's really quite simple. The corporate responsibility people have this one-stop shop, if you will, this website. And if any of you happen to notice your screensavers on your laptop recently, that's the website that's being advertised. To make it even simpler, I've posted this website on the L&D Spark page that you can look at and just quickly link. And I also invite you to link to the article that Joseph Yasso posted on his Project Belize experience in his Spark blog. So those are very simply to do. And I would encourage you to find the Accessories by M video, which is the little girl who's responsible for these lovely earrings, which is they're quite proud of the efforts they make in terms of their entrepreneurship, and we're proud to support them. In closing, I do want to say that I'm very blessed to be part of the PwC firm and family, and particularly a place where my values and passions to serve are supported by the firm as well as encouraged. I do thank each and every one of you in L&D that has supported and encouraged me throughout the years in ways that maybe you don't remember, but I do, as every experience paved a path to get on the road to Belize. My Project Belize colleagues, Anne, Andrea, Katie, and Joseph, invite you to align your values and passions with the many opportunities the firm has to participate, as well as your personal interests and community service activities. Our L&D colleagues who work on Earn Your Future events, and they're right in your local markets, are great resources to tap into on your next phone call and talk about it during your connectivity meetings. So please, please talk to each other as we continue to do the connectivity and also explore the markets that we're in, and maybe we could do some things individually as well as a team, and don't forget financial contributions count as well. I hope you enjoyed being on the bus for a few minutes on the road to Belize. I wish you joy, peace, and goodness, and ask, what road will you take? And now back to the market reports to the Northeast.